This video is sponsored by Privacy.com. Get $5 off your first purchase at Privacy.com/aliensguide.
Greetings and welcome to Earthling Cinema. I am your host, Garyx Wormuloid. This week's artifact is The Dark Knight Rises, not to be confused with its porn parody, The Dark Knight Rises. Set 8 years after the good one, the film continues the story of wacky billionaire Bruce the Batman Wayne. Only this time he's retired since Gotham has banned crime and everyone is happy. From Commissioner Gordon, to Alfred, to this really important orphan.
My mom died when I was small. It was a car accident. I don't really remember it.
One day, a mysterious bodybuilder named Citizen Bane sends the commish down a water slide, forcing Bruce to pick up the old cowl and gimp suit again. No kink shaming here. Using a motorcycle, Bane electronically steals all of Bruce's money, and when the checks start to bounce, so does Alfred.
Goodbye, Alfred.
Bruce gives his new GF half his company and all of his nuclear bomb. Armed with a knee brace, he takes on Bane without any of the gadgets he's used in the previous two films, and gets destroyed like Earth's first moon. He throws his back out, and is sent to recover in a pit, but at least he's got TiVo. Somehow, every police officer in Gotham gets stuck in the sewer going after Bane. He puts on a halftime show, unveiling his plan to redo the plot of Batman Begins by opening the prisons and then nuking the city like it's Earth's first moon. Over in Asia? Bruce fixes his back by doing a bunch of push-ups and learns that escaping the pit is so easy a child could do it. He sneaks back into Gotham, and having learned his lesson the first time, fights Bane without any gadgets. In a shocking Pepsi twist, Bruce gets stabbed in the back by his GF, who stabs him in the front. Turns out her dad was Rachel Gould, and Bane, her side piece. Realizing it's been 2.5 hours, the villains just sort of die, and Batman uses his fancy rickshaw to take the nuke to the ocean, saving Gotham and killing a bunch of fish. Wayne Manor is turned into an orphan emporium, and Alfred takes a much-needed vacay, where he sees Bruce is actually alive and banging the girl from the Princess Diaries. The Dark Knight Rises takes inspiration from Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities, a very wordy comic book with no pictures. Both works are set during a period of social and political unrest, replete with populist uprisings, kangaroo courts, and a hard-to-understand guy named Bane.
Your punishment must be more severe.
Indeed, both narratives feature a strong revenge element. In the book, the villain Madame Defarge angles for the death of Charles Darnay.
A woman who had been abused by Monseigneur Philippe Saint-Evremont, uncle of the prisoner.
This is similar to Talia's motivation to avenge the death of her father.
I honor my father by finishing his work.
These commonalities, however, extend beyond superficial story elements to the deeper themes. The Batman films have always played with duality, most notably in Bruce with his alter ego, but also with villains like Melty-Face. In turn, these dualities create conflicts that help explore character traits. For example, the outward appearance of Richie Rich Bruce Wayne accentuates the brooding emo-ness of Batman. The book does the same thing. Sidney Carton and Darnay are linked through their nearly identical appearance and hots for the same girl. But these similarities tend to highlight their differences in class and personality. The same effect can be seen with the titular cities, London and Weird London. The former calm and civilized, the latter experiencing open, bloody revolt, much like the ones at my house every splord's giving. In the film, Gotham itself is a tale of two cities, one above ground run by the rich, and one below, consisting of Gotham's poor and the underminer. Just as in the book, The Dark Knight Rises implies that a more positive future for Gotham is just around the galaxy, actually quoting the novel's passage which expresses the same sentiment, but without citing it.
I see a beautiful city and a brilliant people rising from this abyss.
Gotham's rocky road to salvation ties into the mint chocolate chip theme of resurrection. In the book, several characters are redeemed from dark places, both literally, from prison, and figuratively, as in the case of Carton, whose sacrifice in trading places with the condemned Darnay gives his life purpose and his loved ones something to talk about. The Dark Knight Rises, for all its darkness, is a story of redemption, an idea reflected in its very title. The beginning of the film finds Bruce Wayne the man a physical and emotional wreck with a very sad-looking beard. But with Gotham's fate hanging in the balance, Bruce finds the fortitude to rise from the metaphorical and literal pit of darkness and shave. Similarly, the symbol of Batman, tarnished by the false accusation of Melty-Face's murder, is resurrected when he once again saves the city's metropolitan ass. The film portrays numerous examples of symbols motivating people to action, particularly surrounding the Dent Act. The lawmakers used the idealized image of Harvey Dent to push the legislation through.
This city is without organized crime because the Dent Act gave law enforcement teeth.
The film seems to criticize this deception and manipulation, even though it yields a positive result.
You denied parole under the Dent Act based on a lie. You betrayed everything you stood for.
And yet, in the end, Batman employs a similar deception by faking his own death, a tactic that always comes in handy around tax season. Ultimately, the film affirms that society needs symbols to inspire and motivate them. The idea of Batman was to drive people to find the Batman within themselves.
The idea was to be a symbol. Batman could be anybody.
And if you play your cards right, you might find a little Garyx within yourself too. For Earthling Cinema, I'm Garyx Wormuloid. It's not who I am underneath, but the car I drive that defines me.
Hey guys, Garyx's intern Emily here. Recently, someone got a hold of Garyx's credit card info and charged it 5 billion Glarbitrons for a red Zarbinzo, 15 Lumbosches, and a box of porcelain dolls. Okay, that last one was actually Garyx. He's quite the collector. But all of this could have been avoided with Privacy.com. Making online credit fraud a thing of the 21st century, Privacy.com lets you buy things online using virtual card numbers instead of your real ones to protect you from internet hackers and pirates. Since their fees are paid for by the merchants, it's 100% free for you to use. And by setting up individual virtual cards, you won't be on the hook for that free trial you meant to cancel in 1993. To protect your identity online, go to privacy.com/aliensguide. They're giving Aliens Guide fans $5 towards their first purchase, so come on already. If you can't spell or read, that's privacy.com/aliensguide, or just click the link in the description. And please, learn how to read. I've got to pick up Garyx's dry cleaning. Until next time.